Hi Taurus, stay tuned and we'll see what's coming up for you, Taurus. Now I'll be laying out 8 cards. In this reading and going column by column to understand and decipher the messages that are within this spread. So we'll throw out a few more cards. So 4 of Cups, 5 of Wands, the Fool card, and the 3 of Wands. 9 of Chalices, 6 of Chalices, 3 of Chalices, okay, and the Chariot. So first column is the 4 of Cups with the 9 of Chalices. I think there's a lot of analyzing that's happening in your career within the next coming months. I feel for a lot of you, you're looking at different options in your career, or that you're assessing what it is that you have in front of you. I feel like there's a sudden illumination or an inspiration that will be coming to you within the next months. It could be the next 4 weeks, 4 days, 4 months maybe. And it's going to illuminate something. It's going to throw a spanner in the works. And I feel you're going to be looking at your career or your creative pursuits very differently after this happens. It could be a new person. It could be disruption that happens in the workplace. But I feel for some of you, you have been unhappy or unfulfilled where you are. And if you are happy and fulfilled, then I think something is going to come to an illumination to bring you further happiness. So that's really good. I think there's positive changes coming in for your career, and your creative pursuits. Now, the 9 of Chalices is this beautiful ankh, a sign of life. It's representative of bliss, happiness, fulfillment, and positive energy. So I think there's a surge of energy that's coming into, your career and the way you think about your career and your life path and what it is that you want to do, have, experience, teach, learn, be, want. So a lot of analyzing that will be happening for you, Taurus. But with the 9 of Chalices, I think there's a potentially new career path coming up for some of you, and it's something that's going to make you feel really, really passionate. Now, perhaps some of you haven't thought of this yet. It could be something more behind the scenes. You can be stepping out of your current role or trying something completely new, but there's a lot of fulfillment and passionate and happiness that's coming from this card here. Or something you learn about yourself or your direction is going to bring you this beautiful happiness and life. It's going to breathe new life into you. There's new energy, and I'm not sure what it is, but you'll be looking at your career differently. You'll be thinking of yourself differently. It's almost like this just surge of energy comes rushing in, and it's positive and everything's flowing, and it's almost like you have a period of enlightenment, a moment of enlightenment, if you will, and you'll take this and you'll really ride with it. So I think for the most part, it is quite positive. I think you're delving deeper because the cup, you have quite a bit of cups here. So this is emotion and how you feel about yourself, your relationship with your job, with the chalices here. The emotion, the passion, the feelings you have. Is it dread when you wake up in the morning, or is it excitement? Are you looking forward to tackle the day, to tackle those projects, or is there stagnancy? It can be a period of self-reflection that's coming up in the workplace potentially. It could even be a new person coming in, someone under a Aries, a Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio in particular. And this person may have this really beautiful energy about them, and this is what make you change your mind and feel happier at work if you previously haven't been. For some of you with the 5 of Wands and the 6 of Chalices, I feel as though there's disruption or there's disharmony that's happening in the workplace. I feel like there's competition or jealousy around you. And for some, you're seeing this happen right in front of you. There's lack of cohesion. There's lack of a team effort. You don't feel as though you're receiving the support that you want, perhaps. And I feel there's competition happening here. So whichever industry you're in, I feel as though it's impacting on your emotional state because you're so consumed by this disruption that's happening around you. The fact that the company structure isn't smoothly operating, maybe operations and logistics aren't up to par, the systems haven't been updated, but there's frustration with the Five of Wands, and it's that everyone's putting in all their opinions and all their work, but they're not doing it cohesively. And I think this is where your frustration might kick in. And I think this might have something to do with the reason why you'll be analyzing and looking closely into what's going on in your career and the direction you want to take. There could be gossip coming in or an opportunity for a gossip conversation. Do not partake in this. Do not, get involved. I think it's important that you have accountability, but this frustration is going to impact, as I said, on your emotional state. You do have the Six of Chalices here, which can indicate innocence, nostalgia, memories, pleasantness. So I think there could be, and especially with the Five of the Six, there could be a period of obstacles, competition, lack of cohesion, followed by a period of pleasant, innocence, accountability, and almost like you have a bad run, then you have a good run type thing, because it's 5 and 6, they follow each other. So I think there's potentially obstacles or this lack of cohesion coming up, but you will get through it with the Six of Cups here. And I think you'll remember that for some reason. I think whatever this issue is going on around you, I think it's going to stay with you and you're going to learn something from it. So either if there's lack of company structure, if you implement your own business in the future, you'll remember this lack of company structure and you'll learn from it, so to speak. So I think you're learning new things that you could potentially take with you into either a new role, into a new business, into an autonomous venture, into an entrepreneurial venture, or something like this. You do have the Fool card with the Three of Cups, the Three of Chalices. For some, you're on the edge of a breakthrough. You're on the edge of a precipice here with work. So if you're trying to be breaking through, so to speak, if you're waiting for that big break, I feel for some of you it's coming, but I feel like it'll come after this time of turbulence and, lack of cohesion and even chaos. There is, because the Fool can represent this new beginning, taking a leap of faith, being on the edge of a breakthrough, surrendering to what the universe is offering you. It can also be an autonomous venture. For some, you could be leaving a job because of this lack of cohesion here and starting something on your own. It could be a spiritual, it could be something to do with traveling, hiking, outdoors, outdoor sports, wares, spirituality with the Fool card here. Helping people journey somehow, could even be in transportation with the Fool card. And there's almost like there's ignorance is bliss type thing going on here. So I'm not sure how this applies to you, but the Three of Chalices is a card of toast and, relief, celebration and healing. So looking at these cards here together, I feel as though with the Fool and the Three of Chalices, this is about you being not taking on board all these issues, Taurus, and knowing what you have in front of you is your own reality, is what you create. So there could be foolish behavior in the sense that someone's gossiping or lack of cohesion, or someone's purposely not trying to work constructively with you and you feel foolish for staying, for listening to this person, for doing so much work and not being appreciated for it. But for some, I feel like with the Fool card, you're just saying, nope, I've had enough. I'm going. I'm done. I'm ready to embark on something more fulfilling, something that I'm actually passionate about doing. And again, this could be a celebration. It could be a going away party. It could be relief of some kind here. So there's relief. There's all this, I'm unloading all this burden type energy as well with the Fool card. I really feel for some you might be leaving the industry or the job that you're working, you know, the workplace. Or if you're not leaving, then you're really contemplating your future here, because you have the Three of Wands with the Chariot. And for some, I feel like there's either an exodus of some kind, or there's a promotion coming in here with the Chariot. This is movement, or there's a promotion in your distant future up ahead. It could even be in your near future. It could be in the next 3 weeks, 3 months, 3 years even. But I feel there's positive movement that's happening here in regards to your career or creative pursuits. I feel like there's a lot of success for you, but it might not be happening right away. I think you need to go through all of this until you wait this success and abundance and notoriety, regardless of the industry that you're in or what it is that you're waiting for. Because the Three of Wands is all about planning for your future, looking, embarking on a journey. And for some, you will be at a workplace where you'll be there for quite some time. The Three of Wands isn't a swift journey, it's a long journey. So I feel for some there's you're either locked into quite a long contract and you're waiting for that to finish up. Hence why you're looking to the future, you're looking to start new horizons. There's movement and relocation here. So for some, I feel there's definitely a move to a different industry, one where you'll be more successful, but one where you'll be able to be more hands-on. You'll be able to drive the direction of the team, the company, the product, the service. One where you'll have more reins over the job. You'll have more reins over the role, more say, more authority, jurisdiction. I love the Chariot. Movement, acceleration, being in the driver's seat, excelling, ambition, following that ambition. In particular, I think the times of Aries and Cancer could be significant for you. Helped you to move forward somehow. So Cancer, Aries in particular, could be a Scorpio or a Pisces that will be helpful for you along the way. But for some, you're seriously considering where you are now, if this is where you see yourself in the future. For some, you have other plans for your future, and I feel you're going to pursue them over the next few months, or start to really plan and buckle down. It could be something involved in a different country or overseas, because the Three of Wands can denote embarking on travels and adventure and journeying and looking to new horizons. So it could very well be something that's vastly different from what you're doing now. But I think you're listening a lot to your emotions here, as I said, with the cups. There's a lot of water here. So a lot of emotion and happiness and fulfillment, and this is what you're assessing. I feel like this confrontation could even happen at a work event or a work function here with the Three of Chalices as well. Something to do with the 3 and the 4. I'm not sure if it's 3 different people, a team of 3 or 4 people. This might be prominent for some of you over the next few months here. For some, there's a self-business, a self-governing, autonomous consultancy or business here with the Fool card, definitely. And there could be a lot of competition. When you start this industry, you'll notice there's a lot of competition. But I think you'll be doing it quite for the long term, which is good. And you are very consistent, Taurus, so you're able to apply yourself. But let's have a look at the Priestess cards and see what's needed from you. Abundance, Priestess of Abundance. The Priestess of Abundance is a beautiful card of finances, a lot of ideas. It's wealth that's coming in around you, either very wealthy people that you'll be surrounded by in the workplace, invited to events where there is a lot of wealthy, very successful and wealthy people around you with the Priestess of Abundance. And there's wealth coming in for you as well. I think there's a lot of wealth coming in your long-term future from your long-term goals. Or some of you have made enough wealth that you can move on. Some of you have given yourself a goal and said, well, I've made this much money. I've worked in here for 10, 15, 2 years, 5 years, and I'm ready to move on. This is what I've given myself. So for some, you're sort of reconciling with yourself and you can make those changes. For others, I feel like more money is needed for you to move on or start your own creative business. So you need to concentrate on your wealth and on your income and on your finances, because you need to, which you're generally pretty good at, Taurus. So I think, it's just a gentle reminder for you to keep those in check with the Priestess of Abundance. Okay, you have the Priestess of Energy. So more energy, is perhaps needed in your career. So maybe you're feeling deflated after everything that's been happening. You've been feeling foolish and run down, and maybe you need to divert that energy elsewhere. But I think for the most part, more emphasis, values, energy, effort, dedication is needed from you in the work sense for you to excel, grow, move forward, land that promotion. As I said, the Three of Chalices in this reading is this celebration, and there's movement here, celebration because of a movement or an excelling at something for one reason or another. So it can be a promotion potentially, yes. And then you have the Priestess of Illumination, which much represents like the Four of Cups here. Learning about something that's happening in your career, learning about yourself, coming into higher learning, being illuminated with something. I feel like someone might fill you in on something in the career, in the workplace. Either a superior or a colleague will tell you a vital piece of information. It could be regarding gossip or something like this, but it might be something you really take seriously. So something will come to light here. Or something, it might be exposed to you that they're looking to fill a different role, or they're looking to promote someone, or a role will become vacant as well, and you might be one of the first to learn about this. So I think because it's good news, and it will potentially impact your long-term future. So that's really positive here for you, Taurus. I do wish you all the best.